Today we're going to be looking at automatic fields on EPrints in EPrints. And where is this set? So when an EPrint, or actually any data object, is saved to the database, a function is called which gives you the opportunity to configure automatic values to be created in the EPrint. And so the configuration file we need for an EPrint, an object of EPrint type, is EPrint fields automatic, and this is the default configuration. This is a fresh install of EPrints on a virtual machine with virtually nothing done to it, and we can see that when we create an item, or not when we create an item, when we save an item to the database, if it's of type patent, we can see that the value will be set to published. If it's a type thesis and published is not set, it will set is published to unpub. So we can actually demonstrate that. We'll create a new item and we'll make this of type thesis. Now, when we create a type thesis, its published won't be set, so it should become immediately unpublished. And now we click on next. And if we go back and we click on manage deposits and we view this item, we can see that the status, the publication status, is unpublished. So let's edit this, change it to type patent. I think we've done this the wrong way around. Patent is always published, no, we have done it the right way around. So save and return on this. We can see the publication status is set to publish. The reason it appears down here is because actually publication status doesn't appear in the workflow for an item of type patent. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new field to give us some functionality, and one of the common uses for automatic fields is to create some kind of derived value to be used in searching or browsing or in creating collections of items. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new browse view based on the words in the title. And we're going to do this in a way that doesn't modify any of the existing configuration files. So we're going to create a new configuration file. And we're going to call it title words view.pl. Now, when you call these automatic functions, the way Perl handles this is the configuration variable is the function itself. So we can assign that, and we're going to use that to our advantage to be able to have some automatic behavior in our new file, and also call the automatic behavior in the old file as well. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to copy our function to a new variable. And we have to make sure that this variable is unique, so we'll give it the name of the function. What we're trying to do is we're trying to have this new piece of functionality encapsulated in just one configuration file to make it easy to deploy a feature and to manage upgrades on the original files. And so we'll copy our original one into an old one. And then before we do any automatic stuff, we will call the old one. So that will take care of that, and then what we'll do is we will set a value. Now before we can set a value in a field, we have to create it. So we've created fields before. We create a field on EPrint, and we will call this, let's go copy one. So this will be a multiple text field. Its name will be title words. And when you're creating automatic fields, it's always a good idea to create them as volatile. What volatile means is EPrints won't update things like the version of the item. It won't, if this value changes, it won't trigger certain events that happen when like a proper metadata field that we care about changes about. This is just a derived value. This is not user-entered data, and so we're treating it as a less important change. So that's our metadata field set up. Then what we need to do is get the value of the title and break it up into words, and we'll put those words split title on word or on white space. And then we will set and we'll see if that works. There's actually a lot of code to have written without testing anything. So nope, line 21 problem. Missing semicolon. Update it to write this new field to the database. Now we will get some warnings about missing phrases. Let's restart the web server. And then if we take our item that we've got, edit this, details, this is a test, we save and return this code should have written, and we should have this value. This is a test. The default way for a multiple field to render, a multiple text field to render, is with commas between each value. As you see, we've got this this phrase not defined, so let's quickly go define that. And again, we'll do it in a named phrase file. And what was it called? It was called title words. Just copying the tag across. Title. Start web server. So this one we've generated now has this on, but what we want to do is now recommit all of the items so they all get rewritten to the database, and this value will be generated for all of those. So commit, verbose, and we want to do the EPrint dataset. So this writes all 101 items that are in the repository back to the database. Now every item has this set on it. So now what we'll do is we'll quickly verify this by setting up a browse view. So here we are back in our, and we'll create the browse view configuration in this file as well. We'll do that by copying across the view. Now notice that browse views is an array, so we can push onto it. And we will push our view configuration onto it. We need a semicolon there. We need a semicolon here. Its field is title words. And if it's null, we're allow no words, leave everything else the same, and that should be, now we'll get some phrase warnings when we do this, because we need a title for phrase. And what I always do is I look at the what errors spit out, which tells me kind of what phrases I need. But actually this time, what I do is 3 with EN settings. I'm going to look in the global EN phrases, and it's system.xml. And what we'll do is we'll find the phrases we need and we'll just copy them to our new phrase file. And view name, here we are. View name EPrint. So now we're going to open this new phrase file we created and copy the new phrases. We copy these phrases in to base our new phrases on. We are not going to need a menu too. We only have a view name and we have a list. So this I got that right. Yes, I think that's right. We'll find that soon enough. Generate reviews. So that will take just a minute to generate. And if we click on browse here, we go through to the list of views. This hasn't finished yet. Should have done it verbose so I can see what's going on. Or I could have just generated the view I was interested in with the -- view parameter. So we have, did I not change that from subject? That's my phrase file. So let's just quickly regenerate this again. And this will show us the progress of it as it goes through all the browse views. And just to push the latest configuration through to the front end, not that it matters, but the browse, actually it does matter because the URL rewriting that's done when you go through to a view is based on the view configuration. So when you add a new view, I believe you do need to restart the web server. So you can see all of these words are part of the title. Interesting, I wonder what that hash value is. Right. So another quick look at this page, and we see words and title. In words and title, you can see there are 12 items with the word roots in. There are 4 with green, so this appears to be working. We have green and black, green anaconda, green vine snake, green basilisks. We have And of course, when you do this, you're going to want to do things like perhaps lowercase everything or uppercase everything to get rid of case differences. Exceptions like this can be handled. But there we are. We have now a browse view that's based on a derived value that's automatically generated whenever the items are updated.